So here's my take on the ICE incident in Minneapolis. And it may be an unpopular opinion, but hear me out. What happened isn't a matter of one side being completely right and the other side being completely wrong. It's more complicated than that, and there's nuance. Now, to start, I want to reiterate that I've been clear on my support about strong border enforcement and ICE's mission from the very beginning. A nation without secure borders isn't a functioning nation. That's a basic principle, not a partisan talking point. We also have to acknowledge the larger context that got us here. None of this intensity, none of this chaos, none of this would be happening if the Biden administration hadn't effectively allowed millions of people to cross the border without meaningful enforcement. That policy failure is the backdrop for all of this unrest. But when an event this serious occurs, true leadership means being willing to reassess and course correct when things appear to have gone off the rails. Now, I pride myself on not towing the party lines and trying to think for myself, even if that means calling out the wrongs perpetrated by my side. And in this instance, there were wrongs on both sides. Now, in the footage that's circulating, Alex Preddy was participating in the protest, was confronted by ICE, resisted, was tackled to the ground, and it appears that he was disarmed before the shots were fired. Minneapolis police confirmed that he did have a valid carry permit and no serious criminal history. Now, to be extremely clear, I fully support the Second Amendment. I always have, but that carries responsibility. How and when you carry matters, and in this case, I believe Alex's judgment was tragically flawed. In my personal opinion, I don't believe Alex should have been in that protest with a firearm at all. If you're a concealed carry holder like I am, you know that there is a ton of responsibility that comes with carrying a gun, and you have to use proper judgment on when and where to carry. And in this particular situation, I believe Alex made a huge mistake by carrying a weapon into an already tense situation. But though I fundamentally and vehemently disagree with what Alex was protesting, I don't disagree with his right to bear arms. The Second Amendment doesn't disappear just because we disagree with how somebody exercises it. That is a dangerous precedent to accept. At the same time, we cannot speak in absolutes before a thorough investigation. Kristi Noem calling Preddy a domestic terrorist was wrong, just as Governor Walz labeling federal agents as murderers was also wrong. Both statements preempt a full and transparent review of the facts. If federal agents acted negligently, they must be held accountable. Period. No excuses. And if state leaders have contributed to inflaming the tensions through reckless rhetoric, they too must answer to that. Minnesota's leadership has repeatedly stoked the flames rather than calm them. And that has real consequences. People are angry, people are afraid, and when your authority figures speak in extremes, it only deepens the division rather than promoting justice. Look, none of this is simple, but it all deserves honest scrutiny, not slogans or preemptive verdicts. We have to be able to have conversations about the nuances in each situation, or this divide that's plaguing our country will continue to grow larger. When we stop talking, everybody loses. Now, just a quick reminder, I do have a YouTube channel where I go a little bit more in depth in these types of stories in longer form context. And if you are interested in that, head over to my YouTube channel at Project Liberty US and hit that subscribe button. And I also have a daily newsletter that I push out every morning at about 7 a.m. Central Time on Substack. You can find that link in my bio. Click the Substack link, hit subscribe, and you'll be good to go. That's all I got for now. Take care.